Wow.
This sound international right here.
No.
Real Eli Caliente.
Very
hot.
about.
But y'all niggas didn't know.
Let's get it.
All right.
Welcome
Welcome to
Random or Repeat.
Like
always, I'm Martin, or excuse me, I'm Kmart.
It's your boy Poe. Texas boy. Those are gamer tag days, by the way. Just call me Broby.
One Kenobi.
Hey. All right, fellas. How we doing? Everybody all right?
Yes. Yeah. So,
Yep.
topic of the day.
Topic of the day.
I was watching some of these videos. I'm like, yeah. My man looked large and in charge.
Large. Man, large. Since we got a random repeat reveal coming soon, we're going to do some slimming down on them.
Yeah.
Get a little signifying on them.
Summertime, wintertime.
No. We got to do it over the winter, that way when the summer comes, we hit just right.
Yeah. But, that kind of, we talk about, I guess we don't talk about our insecurities.
Because it's a rough conversation. Women can do it, as they say, but men don't sit around and say, "Hey, man, how are you? You doing okay?"
And that was like, it's always like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm all right. But it's rarely that, no, I'm not okay.
But today, we're going to really answer that question. So, fellas, I guess there'll be a couple parts to it.
Well, anybody that really knows, you, knows how you are, knows like your mannerisms, stuff like that, can tell when you're not okay. Even people that really don't know you, but knows how you are at work, your vibe, and how you are, like I said, with your mannerisms and stuff. Like when I was going through my little situation, I went to work and people automatically knew something was wrong. Not something I wanted to talk about, but it's just how I carried myself, because I'm always happy-go-lucky, always making people laugh, and just being myself, and I just wasn't myself, and people noticed it, so they came up. I had a few people coming to me like, "Are you okay? What's going on with you?" And once I actually broke down at work, and I never do that shit. I never do. I don't really cry in front of people and nothing like that. I think I've cried in front of John here once. I don't know if I cried in front of you at all.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
I think so. But yeah, that's one of those things that you don't. It's not very becoming, but once you reach it, I guess that comes with age. Once you reach a certain age, you really just, for lack of a better word, don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm on record as being a crybaby. But I can say that now, though, because things that I interpreted as anger before, I now know as sadness and hurt. So when something hurts my feelings, instead of lashing out, I can say, that kind of hurt me and that kind of hurt my feelings.
So what you basically saying, you were projecting?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess it's easier to show anger than emotion. And you see a lot of people, and even when you show that anger and you revert to anger, those emotions still, you never do anything with them.
But you can get people to back off. If I go, leave me alone, I no longer now have to talk about anything. I don't have to say anything further because I have now projected, and you see that you've upset me and you leave me alone.
But people, whenever you do that, you obviously it's misplaced anger. But at the same time, people don't realize how much they push away the people that actually care about them. They just don't, they throw caution to the wind because they think, oh, this person's going to be around all this time. I know they care, but I'd rather deal with my own, I'd rather hurt myself than hurt this person or go through all this bullshit.
So let's get into something then. As a man, what are we supposed to be? Because nowadays you can't be sensitive because women like this. You don't too sensitive is too much. Being in touch with your emotions is too much. Some women want you to just be stone faced, not cry, not be emotional, and just be a what they call a man's man. Like, people want that from you.
I've always been on wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. That's always been me. I've always been a pretty emotional dude. Like,
reiterate, I think you can't. Women don't want you to be too sensitive.
That's true.
Women don't like you to wear your heart on your sleeve. Women don't want an emotional man. And for some odd reason, it's a double-edged sword, as they say. They expect you to not be emotional while being emotional. Like they're like, we don't want you to be this way, but why don't you talk to me?
Do you think that's what women actually say, or is that our insecurities coming out thinking that that's what they don't want?
Both. Because I've been in a situation where it's like, I'm always like, communicate. Let's communicate. Let's talk to me. What's going on? But then again, I've had somebody tell me, like, don't show me how, just talk to me. But it'd be my own insecurities not wanting to say anything about it. It'd be my own shit. And I was like, I know I have to deal with this personally. It's nothing she did. It's just me dealing with my own insecurities, projecting. I was like, she didn't even do this. There's no proof. Why am I getting all upset and doing all this extra shit? I'm not even going to say anything to her. I'll just, and I'm still also not saying something is saying something. Like when you shut down and you start being quiet and stuff like that, females notice. They notice when you're acting different. So they ask you, like,
So I don't know if you caught that, but he's kind of talked about, what stories that we create up in our head, what
Fictional.
fictional, situations we play in our head,
Lost in that what if.
oh, somebody's cheating on us. So that's a big insecurity, especially when you're a man who's been cheated on. That next relationship, you're like, okay, I'm going to guard myself. I'm going to guard myself. And so me and my wife actually had a real good conversation about it. And, I told her something I never had told her before. And so she kind of knew, kind of understood where I was coming from, because we were talking about, a mutual friend, and, the communication paths in their relationship wasn't completely there, and led to her making stuff up in her head,
Yeah.
And so she was like, yeah, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, no, when we got together, I used to do that all the time. She's like, what? I was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, that's when you would say it. And I was like, no, I said something when it just built up. All these situations build up in my head. I just said something then. But, there's probably, for every one time I spoke out, there was probably, 25, 30 times that I was like, no, I had to talk myself off the ledge. I had to talk myself. No, what are you doing? She had 7 minutes from work to home. What are you thinking? That type of situation. And I think for me anyway, being cheated on let me be more secure about sharing and conversating, with my wife, because I'm like, I didn't want to run the, I'm losing words. I didn't want it to be a situation where I could have said something and I did.
But you don't think that's fuel for them?
And if it is, that's something that's a fear that we have, and that prevents us from sharing.
That's true.
Well, let me take over for a sec. When you're calling, and I've said this before, when you're calling guys crazy and he's insecure and he's doing these things, maybe it's because buddy hurt, and maybe it's because buddy don't know how to express the fact that he's scared of something to you. Because and let me just run down a list real quick. We have the same insecurities that y'all have. We worry about our bodies, okay? We worry about that. A lot of guys, they won't admit it, but we do. We worry about how we look in certain shirts. We worry about how we look when we naked. We worry about our faces when we're in the mirror. I don't think we check this stuff out. Anytime you ever called us a fat fuck or a skinny this or ugly that, we take mental notes. We laugh it all. But then when we get in the bathroom, we're looking at ourselves. Like, damn, like maybe that is that. Maybe that is this. And we carry that stuff around. We carry it around like it becomes a running joke. Oh, that's the ugly friend, or that's the whatever. What? But we carry that stuff around, and it is hurtful, man. And it is very hurtful, and we don't talk about it. And so when we put it all aside, we try to hold on to it and not act that way. For me, so much stuff happened to me when I was a kid. When I started really dating, I was determined to be the alpha. Like I didn't want to show any of these emotions, these feelings. I wanted to dominate every situation. I wanted to dominate the females. I wanted to make sure that there was no doubt in her mind that I was the alpha male and I was a man's man. And that just, God, that's so it's exhausting, man.
That's how toxic men are created. Our childhood, you know, we see certain things, and you know, there was like what's it, abuse, people abuse or something like that.
That's true.
So you know, there's a couple of mindsets to that. You know, if you see, you know, say your dad acting a certain way to your mom, there's two things that, you know, you'll have the mindset, oh, I'm never going to do that, but subconsciously you become that. I'm not going to argue and fight in front of my kids, and then you end up doing it.
Right. You don't mean to.
You don't mean to.
You really don't.
But your subconscious told you that was okay. Your subconscious said, I'm a man. I'm going to say what I want to, when I want to, and how I want to, in front of anybody. And
unapologetically being a man.
Yeah. And so,
well, what, with that being said, I mean, what defines a man? What makes a man a man?
That's that question, you know.
When you say, again, we use your word, the gray area. That's up for interpretation, right?
Because a man to you is not a man to me, and it's not a man to her, or she, he, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different definition. You know, some people want that toxic masculinity. So some women will actually like. Everybody's seen the TikTok videos. Buddy's a plumber making about $75,000 a year. She's like, oh, he a plumber. It's like, I want somebody who's gonna hustle.
Or you get women that, like this, taking myself for instance, I've been told I'm just too nice. Then they want the other guy that doesn't really have shit, it's a hustler in the streets, is do all this extra shit, and I'm like, what? Wait, what? I work hard for, I mean, whatever. But you know, that's some that's just not enough, because
for some reason there is and we're not talking about all women, but there is a small percentage of women that are just attracted to toxic stuff.
I think there's a large percentage of women that are, and you know, I may be off or I may be wrong, but I think it's
familiarity. Is that the word?
Well, I think it's almost, they've been trained to like, oh, you need somebody that's going to protect you, going to provide for you, always is willing to do anything for you. Yeah. And they look at that hustler as, yeah, that person is grinding, and don't see that he's not willing to take that 9 to 5, make that $30,000-$40,000 a year.
One that makes $75,000 a year will die for his family.
Like, goes back to like what you said like a long time ago, with you and your wife. I really never had that, because I never really had to say anything like this. But you had to, I don't know how personal you want to get.
That's fine. I'm okay.
But I mean, you said to your wife, hey, you coming here at 3 o'clock in the morning again, we done.
Yeah.
Like, that's just flat out. You just said that shit.
Yeah.
Like, with me, I'm a little different. Like, hey, where you at? Like, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Then, but you know, at the same time, it's like, I shouldn't have to tell you what to do in a relationship.
Exactly. But in that situation, it was one of those, yo, I don't care how hungry you are, we got food in the fridge. No, I don't. Ain't nothing good. You know,
go there at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm with him on this one,
and I'm not going to. So, and especially in that situation, there's those insecurities that come up. So, the first thing that pops in your head, you don't want to. there's a couple of things that got to pop in your head: infidelity,
Of course.
and then horrific car accident. She's on the side of the road somewhere, and you know, and either one of those it could happen, and either one of those would destroy your family.
Yeah, you hear these fucking stories, man. You see them you see the TikToks on them. With a girl, she was laying in the middle with her boyfriend or whatever. She left 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning to go up the street to go fuck her ex-boyfriend. And came back home and let her do the downer. Yeah. That's crazy to me. That is crazy. And man, the guy was none to watch. That's the type and I'm like you, I think about that kind of shit. That's a strong insecurity for me.
I think about stuff.
So
My mind always it just reverts back to something negative. Like
But I can say, like he said a while ago, I think some of that stuff starts from childhood because I love my mom's amazing. I love my mom's. My mom was married 3 times, yo. You understand, and I know you understand me. That's the reason why I'm not married now, because when I get married, to me, I won't do anything else because I've seen it gone wrong so many times. I have what I know in my mind I should do if I am a husband. And when I become a husband, I'm going to be the greatest fucking thing on planet Earth because I've seen it done wrong so many times. And I said the same thing about being a father. I've seen it done wrong so many times, and now I'm just an emotional wreck. Oh, my baby's trying to be the best guy that I can be to him.
you know, and you know, I love both my parents. I mean, I have great parents, but they just like my father. He didn't talk. That man speak 2 words. You know, there was a time where, you know, like for the longest, he didn't talk about because he went over to Desert Storm, and that could have been an issue too. But he wouldn't talk about what happened over there. You know, we just know he was at war and came home. You know, hey, Dad, how? You know, you okay? Yeah, I'm good. That's the end of the discussion. I'm glad to be home. I'm good. You know, and from that experience, and then just not knowing, certain things about my father, I said, I'm going to do different. I'm going to have all the conversations I can with my son. And like you said, just an emotional wreck. You just like fighting back tears.
Yeah.
Damn near every conversation because you're like, man, I went through this. The same thing he did. I went through the same thing he did. And, even though you think you're being a good father, you're like, damn, did I miss this opportunity before it even came up to prevent him from going through this? We talk about insecurity. That's a big insecurity, not being, good enough at whatever.
Yeah. I think that all the time, especially like you said, my dad has always been there. My dad's always been there. My mom not so much, but she's been there. She tried. She really did. And being a not so great father is one of my biggest insecurities too. Because I'm like, I know I can do more. It's all, but that's sometimes I do feel strongly like whenever you think that you're doing not so great job, or you could be doing better. That's how you know you're doing a good job. If you think you're just the best parent ever, you're absolutely mistaken. You're absolutely mistaken because nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to get everything completely right, and you're not going to answer all the questions that your children need. You're not going to be there for everything. Not like you think you are.
Yeah.
You want to hear something crazy? You are subconsciously attracted to what's familiar to you. When I think about what my mom went through, and my steppops was fucking amazing. Like I don't want to take anything from that. And like I said, I love my mom to death. But I identify with broken women. I always have because of what my mom went through. So all the times that I've ever really been in relationship or I've chased after women, they're broken women because I can identify with that. I can identify with those characteristics. I can identify with those traits, and I know how to react to them. I know how to respond to them because I've been in that situation before.
You know, something that still haunts me to this day, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but let's see. Growing up in my situation, you know my situation,
Right.
like in high school, where even in like grade school or junior high, where we hung around each other a lot, and I was always at your house. I never really wanted to go home.
That's right.
So
I always had your back, one day.
I know, but at the same time, sorry. Excuse me. You know what bothers me a lot when you're I'm proud of your mom didn't like me for the longest time, and then Michael came around and she treated him more like a son than me.
I didn't.
That hurt my feelings to the core. To the core. I was. It still bothers me. It bothers me to this day. I still think about it all the time because I didn't have nobody, and your mom was like, she pretty much took me in, and I was there all the time. Hurt my feelings. She told me to go home. Don't you? Will.
My man would get off the bus at my house.
Yeah.
My mom would be like, "No, go home, check in with your folks, let them know you alive, and then you can come over here."
Yeah. Like your parents know, your people know you over here, boy. Yes, ma'am. Lie, let them know. I already did. I already did. As long as I was alive, she didn't care. Not to take anything away from my parents and everything, because they love me to death. But I had so much freedom. I had so much freedom,
and I did not. I did not.
I don't know if he was peanut butter and jelly to that.
Well, you know what? And it's another one of those things. You think, and as I'm saying, like, as a kid, I didn't understand your situation. As an adult parent now, dog, like that still brings tears to me. Like, yo, like we was just trying to like.
But the thing is, I was actually kind of jealous of you because you had everything. You had that like family and everybody. You know what I'm saying? When I had my situation, it was just me by myself with my mom's. Both my sisters had already moved out the house. They had kids at this time, so I didn't have. It was just me, and I didn't have any brothers at that time. I didn't have nobody. It was just me and my mom's. So I had nobody to actually talk to and lean on except for when I went to school, and then I knew you, and then we hung out all the time, and then when we didn't actually hang out, I was just like, then when you moved away, I was. And we were just talking about that last night. Like, when you moved to Granville and stuff like that, you was gone for like a year or something, like, or 6 months, half a year. And I was like, but I didn't know him like that. I'd seen him and stuff around before. I think I've seen Rich and talk about him, but I never actually knew him until actually we got out of high school.
Yeah, I think, man, do you remember we were at the park playing ball? Me and my brother got into it.
Was I there?
Yeah, me, you, Dietrich, and Kane, and my older brother. Were you there too?
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Oh, that's like the first time I remember you, like, you know, meeting you.
What the hell was I doing there?
Getting crossed up. What? We were playing basketball. What did you think you would do? Get crossed up.
Negative.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah,
again, besides us though, because I don't really know any other guys that sit around and talk like we do.
You know, and it's crazy. I'm, you know, I got two brothers,
right?
And we don't really even like all of our conversations are really, because it's almost nonverbal at this point because we're like, yeah, you've been through that, I've been through that, and we don't even talk about it. And you think, that could be a support group right there. You got brothers right there. That's support group. And we like pretty reasonably close. Now we're not, definitely with life happening, going on, and they living in Dallas and I'm up here. and I'm terrible about picking up the phone, but
Me too. I love my sister, by the way.
Yeah. love all my siblings. But we,
and my brother.
like this kind of conversation, you know, between us never happens. You know, we talk about, you know, laugh and joke about the whoopings we got, and we actually, you know, I don't know if there's like a level of insecurity to be vulnerable with our brother,
Right.
But my brothers, yeah,
I think you got to take some personal accountability with that too, because you can't. I'm sure even now we say that we don't really have people to talk to, but we have a big support system. Like no matter what, despite what we all think, it's plenty of people in our corner to be like, hey, you know, you can always talk to me, right?
But that has been broken for me before. I
Right.
have confided in somebody and said, hey, this is my deep, dark secret, and this is what I fear, and this is what hurts me, to later have it thrown in my face.
yeah, that happened to my wife. She was telling me, you know, a story when she was younger. She told somebody something, and then not a minute later, she hears them, oh, you know, telling somebody else about it. It's like, this is, you know, supposed to be for us. I'm supposed to work through this with you, and you telling everybody.
So you got to understand that creates. We need to understand that everything is a trigger. Everything is a door. You close one, you open one. You open one, you close one. When things happen to certain people, that opens something or closes something in you, and you go, "I'm never gonna let that happen again because I don't need it. I felt that once. Don't need to feel it again. I'm not." And I'm guilty of that. I'm one of those people because of my own insecurities who used to think that I needed to stay a step ahead of everybody. You know that. Like you know that. Like I used to really feel like that. Like, yo, I'm not gonna let these people catch me slipping ever.
I feel like even with us, you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Because I didn't it takes so long to know if you can truly trust somebody.
yeah,
I'm like, well, maybe he's a good guy, but I don't know if he's my friend.
He has said that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the craziest thing. It's like, because I never think, because I'm probably a little bit too,
Trusting.
yeah, probably a little too trusting. Like if I start clicking with you, and I'll call you my friend because I have like a handful of friends. I got maybe like 5, 6 friends, and if I'm clicking with you, I just trust you all the way.
I'm pretty guilty of that too. When
I just
when
trust-
he said that, I was like, Martin? I said, no, Martin, cool as hell.
You gotta
and for people that don't know, this was the best man at my wedding, and my man was like, I don't know if he's my friend.
that's not on him. Not on him. That's on me because of the stuff I've been. People, for the ones that know us, I have been questioned a lot about some of the other members of our group that we used to hang around with. Like, yo, do you still talk to so and so, or what happened to this guy? Y'all just fell off. What happened? Like, so people, you know, it bothers me sometimes because people don't know. Like, yo, 2 things happen. Either they do something to you, y'all just fade apart. But if y'all were really friends, why would y'all fade apart?
So I would say this. So, you know, there's a dude I was like extra cool with. Not, you know, this is my dude, and I haven't seen him in a while. And I go up to him, you know, dap him up, like, yo, man, missed you. Where you been? And blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to pick up where we last left off. My man's acting like I'm a stranger. I'm like, what? Like, dude, you used to come to my house, eat, break bread with the family. You know? And it's like, now you acting like I'm a stranger?
But we do that, don't we? We subconsciously know that life splits us apart. But if you go 4 months without talking to me, I'm like, yo, what? Something happened with me, bro?
When situations make things.
Did I do something to him? Is he mad at me? Like you start to put these things. Maybe this was this and this, but you, and that's why, like I said, I understand why females do that because whether we say it out loud or not, we also do that too, and we do it to each other.
Yeah.
Situations that make things awkward because sometimes, even in a room full of people that I know, I'm still like, and I'm shy, but I'm not like that shy. I'm pretty quiet, but also not that quiet. Like if I know you, I'm gonna say I speak and I talk my shit and do whatever it is. But sometimes I get so caught up in my own head and my own shit. Like I don't know if this is real or not. Is this gonna be forever? Is this real?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be like in a fucking bubble or shell. Like we went to that party yesterday. I was just like all off to myself, even though I know your girl. I mean, I didn't know nobody else.
Yeah. And, you know, that was a kind of weird situation. I felt like we were getting stares. So, like, kind of dark to me.
Well, it was a couple other darkies.
Yeah, but
But situations like that, it creates insecurities in you because you think people are looking at you and you wonder what they're looking at.
Yeah.
so how, you know, we were like, okay, you know, something happens to us, like creating insecurity, and then we like put up a wall to never happen again. I mean, is there a proper way to handle those insecurities? You know, like I you know, my point of view is, you know, say, you know, hitting that reset button, you know, from being in a relationship. You know, you take it back and you look at things, you're like, well, in my mind, I'm thinking, what's the healthiest way I could do this? What's the healthiest way I could protect myself, put my guard up?
I love that.
And so I'm like, yeah, for myself. What's the healthiest way for me to prevent what just happened?
You and probably 10% of the rest of the world. Everybody else is carrying baggage.
Yeah, so yeah, but no. So I was carrying baggage also.
Do you think that's selfish in a way?
Sometimes you gotta be selfish.
I agree.
Sometimes you gotta be selfish. You know that because mental health is you know.
Oh man, and I work.
And so
I know it's very very.
Yeah, and so you know I could have been the toxic boyfriend that I was for a second. That I need. Give me your phone. Let me look in your phone.
Well,
Who are you talking to? My G, I was horrible. I was a terrible person because I was trying to break up with her every week. I'm kicking her out, and then going back to her place, apologizing. You know,
I was man.
I was just a wreck of a person that I never, because I didn't handle my previous relationship issues properly, and I was, you know, it's good to take, you know, blame for what you did.
absolutely. Accountability.
But
I always say it's good to do that.
yeah, but then it's completely unhealthy to put fault on yourself. If that
Elaborate.
so, okay, I did this. You know, own your mistakes. Own your mistakes. But at the end of the day, I wasn't the one that stepped out.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one that gave up. So at the end of the day, I can't say, you know, I can't take blame and fault in all of that. And I think sometimes, you know, even women, you know, women and men, people do this where they like, you know, they either be extra toxic or extra there'd be an extra pushover.
It's not kind of like you saying like, oh, I cheated. That's because you did this. I cheated, but it's never full accountability.
No. Like, oh, they cheated on me because I didn't do this. They cheated on me because I didn't do this. Or they left me because I didn't do this.
Well,
And so that next relationship, you're like,
you're going above and beyond because you don't want that thing to happen.
yeah. Instead of being a real authentic person that can actually grow in a relationship.
But that's not.
I'm guilty of that because I tried so hard not to be this person. I actually became this person.
But that's what I mean. The average person, we don't
Talk anymore.
we don't know how to. There's not these groups, and I say this every podcast that we are a unique group of friends.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of women, there's a lot of guys that they're solo dolo.
Yeah.
When they go through these things, when they go through breakups, they just sit and they sit in it. Or whenever they're having a mental, they're angry and they're feeling mad and they're upset and they're probably sad about whatever the situation is. They don't know what to do with that, but they don't have anybody they can turn to.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the dudes are doing whatever they do, and whenever they see them, the conversations are about that.
For my situation specifically, I was so broken after my breakup. I was so hurt, traumatized. I was like fucked up. Not quite almost suicidal, but not really. But it messed me up to on a whole other level that I was just doing crazy shit. I felt so alone. It was nothing nobody could say or done to help me. These guys was there for me. They tried to be as best they could. They gave me my space, but they also knew something was going on with me, especially Martin. He knew something was going on with me. I mean, John knew too, but I don't know, Sam Martin he was telling me all this other stuff. They actually gave me some really good advice. I mean, John always does too. But at the same time, it's like I didn't know where to go, who to talk to. I mean, like right after my breakup, I don't even know if I think I told you, but I was like doing crazy shit by driving by our house.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, late at night, I was parked in front of her fucking apartment, like listening to fucking Giveon and shit, just sitting there like that. Nigga.
That's a raw type of music we listen to in front of somebody else.
Hey man, that album's fire. That first album,
It is.
like that, and the second album. But anyways, love her. What? I mean, I'm jumping over fences, man. I'm doing like look at the windows and shit, man. I'm doing crazy.
You know, I did that also. I still had a key, and hey, forgive me if you watch this. I don't have the key anymore. But I used to like hop over the fence, go into the house, like looking through drawers,
underwear and shit.
No, I wouldn't do that.
But
Only once.
That's what are you looking for? So I know
Something that's going to hurt you even more.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Don't know. I'm looking for more pain. So,
Give it to me, pain. Come
yes,
on. I need it all. Yeah.
I was looking for more pain, evidence that you was sleeping with somebody else, so I could just go out and just fight somebody.
I was looking to hurt myself even more by this. I don't know why. I don't know why I was going out searching for it, and I knew it was there. I just didn't want. I wanted to know, and I don't know why I went looking for it. It was the most bizarre thing. I can't even explain it. And I was getting, and sometimes, like I said earlier, sometimes no answer is an answer. I'm like blowing her shit up, trying to talk to her. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah,
it was insane. It took me actually seeing her with somebody else, and that's here recently. That kind of like put me in a whole nother
mindset.
Yeah, I'm in the mindset. I was like, okay. I mean, sometimes it's been almost 2 years, and sometimes you don't even get over shit like this. I mean, especially if you want thinking you want to spend the rest of your life with this person, and then they betray you in this manner. That's something that you cannot even fathom getting over. It's the hardest. It's one of the hardest things that you can find, and you always want to blame yourself all the time.
Yeah,
that's why it's important to love yourself.
It's kind of hard when you giving all your love to somebody else. Yeah, and they just betray, like they just stomp on it. It's spit right back in my fucking face.
Like I said, yeah. I understand that when you love somebody, sometimes logic goes out the window. You must stay, and I know it's very tough, but in this mental health fight, you have to stay self-aware. Because anytime I talk to somebody, they're saying, "Man, this is rough. Life's getting me down. I tell anybody, take a break. Take a break. Like work. If work is killing you, crushing you, take a break. Your relationship's killing you, crushing you, take a break. Take a step back. Get you some time by yourself. And you need an extra 30 minutes in the bathroom, just sit in there. You just take an extra 20 minutes in the shower. Go for a drive. Get away from everything. Clear your mind, reset yourself, look yourself in the mirror and go, hey, like, no, we still here. We got it. This was a tough day. I'm not me today, but you know what? Tomorrow's a new sheet of paper. When I pull out this paintbrush, I'm going to tear it down.
That's hard.
That is very hard.
You know,
takes my practice.
My older brother, man, he just living for everybody else except himself. And I'm like, every time I talk to him, my man's like just tight. Every time I talk to him, he's tight. He's like stressed. I'm like, you have to live for yourself, man. And he got a gang of kids like you. Try to take care of everybody. And I'm like, you got it. You have to take care of yourself. I'm tired of talking to you and I look up to my brother like even more so than my dad, because me and my brother were more verbal. You know, my dad wasn't verbal. So I look up to my big brother like, that dude's the man. Everything, he can't do no wrong to me.
Bro,
Yeah. And it just breaks my heart every time I talk to him. He's like, yeah, trying to maintain. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to hear you say again, you're trying to maintain. I want you to go ahead and live for yourself, man. And I don't know what the insecurity is there with him, because it all reverts back to some type of insecurity. The fear of loss, or the fear that, you know.
You missed it in the beginning. He's doing what is familiar to him. He's being a father figure for everybody around him.
Sometimes
He's been doing that his entire life.
But
that's what we revert back to.
But yeah, but you talking about, and it's better to go out and get you that a car that actually works than keep going. You know, you're driving something every day that you got to tinker with, and you thinking, oh well, for whatever reason I can't afford that new car, or for whatever reason I can't. No, focus on fixing something.
The tinkering makes me feel important.
you know, sometimes whenever you would,
Yeah,
you would talk with me, and it kind of bothered me too about a long time ago, and it's just me not checking my own ego at the door, and it kind of hurt my feelings, but I knew you were right, but I didn't want to face myself. Like you would tell me, hey, bro, get a real job, get a job, get a real job.
yeah.
I was working at the arcade, and you know what I'm saying, that was chump change. It was no money. And it was just a dead end job. And I know it wasn't going anywhere, but I was like, I was comfortable. And that's what people get. That's where your brother is. He's comfortable in this situation.
Yeah.
And I was comfortable with my shit. I was comfortable with just having like a little POS car. I like this car.
Yeah.
It's paid for.
And you know, car is not important. So what I was seeing is the same thing. I see with my brother, like we have like a personal conversations and we know each other personally. And I'm like, this dude could be on a whole nother level. Why are you settling? Like, you're worth more than this. And so that's what I was like. And anybody, we got another friend that, he's kind of going through it too. He's, you know what I'm talking about. Like, my dude, you got talent. Why are you doing this to yourself?
If you're not self-aware and you need better, I tell people this all the time. Two things: you need to love yourself, and you need to change the people that are around you.
It's kind of hard to love yourself whenever you're being told all the time, or being shown rather, that you're not good enough. All the time.
Change your circle.
So it's not even changing your circle. Because he could have changed his circle. It was like, yeah, Martin's just an asshole. Sometimes your circle is just trying to get you pissed off to the point you're going to change it yourself. Like, shut up. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to show you. And that's the trigger. Sometimes I try to get when you're going through your thing, and John was like, "Yo, you kind of going in hard." I'm like, "No, I want that man to get pissed off at me, and do something different." I want some anger out of you. I wanted something besides sad.
I was angry. I was angry. I was more angry at myself. But
I almost wanted you to the point. I didn't tell John, but I almost wanted you to the point that you would fight me.
You wanted me that man?
Yeah,
because that changed your mindset.
I wanted you to snap out of it.
Yeah, and I was sitting in the parking lot. I was like, "Man, I'm worried," and he's like, "Nah, don't worry about him. He could deal with it." I'm like, "I don't know," because I wasn't suicidal. But I was to the point I was trying to wreck something. I was going to the bars and just kind of like bumping into people, like just to see if they're going to do something. Like I was not looking for a fight, but trying to not looking to start it, but
definitely looking for something to make.
Yeah.
But that's what I was telling you. Like,
mine was extroverted. I turned mine outside, you turned yours inside. Yeah. And so I was looking just to try to bully somebody. I was just trying to get a different feeling, you know. And if I got my ass whooped, great. Sometimes that's what you need. I was trying, you know, and you know, most of the time people turn to inwards, and we lose people like that, you know, because I'm relying on somebody else to get me to that confrontation.
But I think, like I said before, I know, and I've said it to people before, and they're like, nah, not really. Me and this dude we could be the same person if his attitude was different. Mine is just on another level because that's just who I am. He is chose to be the nice guy.
That's necessarily got me nowhere.
When he was going through all of that stuff, I know he got his WWJD card. I know it's in the back of his mind. No, what would John do? Like I know that's in the back of his mind somewhere. Because we've been friends for a very long time.
Yeah,
I trust in it. I trust in your decision. I just you gotta step back and let him do it.
yeah,
Do you have any you have any insecurities now?
yeah.
In your 40s?
I'm fat.
No,
I'm fat, and I don't make six figures. Those are my two insecurities.
money and physical appearance.
Yeah, and my physical appearance is. I don't. It's an insecurity, but it's not. I'm not too insecure about that. I don't.
Insecurity.
Yeah, it's like I'm there, but like I think about it every day. Like I'm 40 years old. I know my potential.
Right.
Why am I not making more money?
Right.
And then I have opportunities to make more money. And then I'm like, do I want the money or do I want the happiness? Because right now I'm happy. Right now I get to have my kids every day. I see all three of my kids every week, damn near every day.
What about you?
And
I agree with him. When I was working Dollar Tree and going back and forth, I didn't have time to do anything. I hated it. It's terrible. I made more. Plus my bonuses. I made a lot of money, a lot of good money. It just wasn't worth it.
yeah,
Right now, like my daughter going to get her hair done, my other kid, needing a couple of bucks, and then me being able to drop them off the boys today or last week, whatever. Just being able to have that time to where I can hang out with my kids and see soccer games, basketball games, and really give them that time. And even on the days we do nothing, we just do nothing. I like being available, like even when you call 3, 4 o'clock, yo, what you doing? I like not being that. I like being able to go, yo, what up? What you doing? Shh, I'm at work, but I ain't working. I ain't doing that. I like being available.
Now it was really hard. This is 8 years ago, John. 7, 6 years, even 5 years ago, John. Try to call this dude. Yeah,
never answer. Never answer. Never.
We were busy fucking. No, he never gets stupid. Never answer his phone.
Never.
I'm like, dude, whenever that meme pops up, you would call somebody and they would never answer the phone. You get shot in your face. I always think of you every time. I know John that he never answers.
And also, I mean, I'm like you. Like I said, my weight does bother me sometimes. But like, I'll be 40 in December. Like, who's looking at? There's not a supermodel or 8 or 10 out there.
But sometimes you just want your clothes to look right. It's like, dang, buddy got that bow tie on with the shorts with the suit. It's like, dang, I bet you if I was a little smaller, I could wear something like that.
My only goal is to kick my kid's ass. As long as I can be, one of my babies, she's pretty fast. I just want to smoke a little ass every time we race. And you seen Cam, I just want to fucking shoot threes in his face.
Those knees don't look like they can run.
Did y'all play ball, baby?
No.
Yeah, I knew he had.
Hey, you in a 40? In a 40?
John used to be pretty.
In a 40, no. Get down. Now you put me out there on a block or something.
I'm talking about a 40 at 40.
Yeah,
that ain't happening.
No, you crazy.
Just like that backflip. That 48.
I wasn't saying nothing about that.
I just ain't trying to do it.
No, I had nightmares just waiting. No, John, no.
Yo, I can flip.
My wife was looking at me. You had the dream again? Did he kill himself?
I'm gonna get backflip. I'm gonna get it on camera, man. But I do, and honestly, coming up, I do plan on losing. Because I don't need to look good for anybody. I don't have to impress anybody. I can do whatever I want now. Like I don't want
the. So it's not even like impressing anybody. I'm telling you, I just want to be. I want to dress better.
You tired of wearing big t-shirts?
Yeah.
This is what I look, man.
I tell you,
Shirts.
I got a nice, comfortable bamboo black t-shirt. I put on that thing was sucking me. Sucking me.
I'll tell you a weird
Squeezing
one. I don't really. That's why I don't really wear jeans. So I don't want to press nobody.
That shit's terrible. Hey, them jeans are terrible. I got to wear jeans for work. I'm telling you, my stomach keeps going by the end of the day. They're like, dang, Mom, why you taking so many bathroom breaks? Because I'm buttoning my pants and breathing for a minute.
They bring in their belly for the butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss my body too. I used to be, I used to be more cut than this, more like big. Hey, how much do you think I weigh?
135.
No, that boy weighed 200.
You shut up. Seriously, how much do you think I weigh?
I would give you. How tall are you?
5'6",
baby. You probably about 165.
No, we not.
I'm 200.
That ain't
I'm about 197. I fluctuate between 197 and 200, somewhere around there.
I understand weight a lot better now.
I'm telling you, hey, I used to be big.
I am all the way out there.
But I ain't got older, like ever since I get in my 30s, maybe 34, 35. So right now I started getting a belly and shit.
But that has nothing to do with these stumpers though. Like I'm still putting one of them to sleep now. If I hit you, Lee, it might not last a long time, but if I connect with this second one, you going to bed.
If y'all have a time machine, let me know because I'm gonna whoop this dude's ass.
No, he not either. Yo, y'all better tell this boy. I got folks that them visually see me, put them down and knock them out. I don't put them to sleep, boy.
Hey, I love some Mike Tyson. I'll see him knock some people out. But Buster Douglas had his number, right?
But like I said, like we talked about the other day, that's a 1-on-1.
What about?
And I'm that 1-on-1.
Get knocked out in front of your kids, like Kip almost.
I'm not doing that. I can't.
Yo, because I'll be snapping sometimes. My son be telling me stuff. I'm like, who is it? Okay. And I'm like, and then I've been thinking, and my son tell me calm down. I'm like, calm down. And when I snap back to reality, I'm like, I think what, 25? Where am I at?
Paul, get this young man in there.
This is how you do it, son.
And I'm a little dude, so I haven't really been in too many fights. I say little dude, I'm smaller in stature, vertically challenged. I'm not as tall as it. Y'all get the point. Anyways, what I'm saying is, I shoot your ass. Oh, word.
Yeah, my jumper's dope too.
I mean, I'm not afraid to throw these hands. I mean, I'll get you later. I'm too old for this shit.
Kill you.
I'm getting too old for this, man. I'm gonna shoot you, and I do have a gun.
Last insecurity.
You have a gun?
Maybe.
Last insecurity.
Yeah.
Do you worry about your package?
Ironically, I guess, but I've never really been told I'm small. But at the same time, I guess it's all up.
Hey, no homo.
Shut up. I guess I'm desensitized small as appearance. I guess, but
you felt small. You felt small before.
I felt small.
Yeah, you messed with a girl.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Paul, hey, they do extracurricular activities.
Yo,
you came in the right time. They talk about their extracurricular activities.
Curricular. Talking about having a small penis.
I'm out. Answer: no.
Never.
Confidence.
Okay, I've been super insecure about it before, but like I said, I spent a lot of time trying to be the alpha and prove to be the man's. So
I joke around a lot about it, and that's why I never really talk about my sex game. I never talk about big dick. I never talk about. I always downplay.
If you're talking about it, you're lying about it.
You're lying about it.
I just think it's not as that big. I'm just like, hey,
Wait, well, no, because I said it before. There's some good dick under this here, but I tell you, I can't tell that lie. It's still, I mean it.
where did I just walk in?
All right. We're gonna sign out and then sign back in.
That's correct.
All right.
Appreciate y'all watching, man.
Big dick.